The season finale of Slow Horses delivers one of the most politically charged and emotionally satisfying conclusions in the series' history, as Jackson Lamb orchestrates a masterful takedown of corrupt MI5 leadership while his team prevents multiple terrorist attacks across London. What begins as a straightforward hostage negotiation transforms into a complex web of political corruption, personal revenge, and institutional betrayal that exposes the rot at the heart of British intelligence services and demonstrates why the misfits of Slough House remain essential despite being officially unwanted. The episode opens with the aftermath of Tara Eunice's successful infiltration of MI5's computer systems, revealing the devastating consequences of Claude Whelan's decision to release her during the previous episode's interrogation. Tara's virus has given her unprecedented access to classified intelligence networks, transforming her from a captured terrorist into someone with leverage over the entire British security apparatus. Her retreat to the Libyan embassy creates a diplomatic nightmare where traditional law enforcement approaches become impossible, forcing MI5 to negotiate with someone who should be in custody. Tara's demands for $100 million and safe passage out of the UK initially appear to be simple ransom requirements, but her justification reveals deeper political motivations rooted in Britain's colonial history and recent military interventions in Libya. Her speech about oil exploitation and the destruction of her homeland provides context for the terrorist campaign while challenging viewers to consider how historical injustices create cycles of violence that persist across generations. The 1 hour ultimatum she imposes creates immediate tension while forcing government officials to make life or death decisions under extreme time pressure. The revelation that former Home Secretary Peter Judd has been secretly involved in the Libyan conspiracy through his offshore company Albion Holdings represents the episode's most shocking political twist. Diana Taverner's discovery that Judd was supposed to be the intermediary between the Libyan group and the British government reframes the entire terrorist campaign as a communications failure rather than pure extremism. Judd's decision to pocket commission fees while failing to deliver the Libyans' peaceful demands to proper authorities demonstrates how personal greed can escalate international conflicts into deadly violence. The characterization of Judd as someone who prioritizes personal profit over national security reflects real-world concerns about politicians who exploit their positions for financial gain while ordinary citizens pay the price for their corruption. His use of complex offshore financial structures to hide his involvement shows the sophisticated methods that corrupt officials employ to avoid accountability, while his abandonment of his intermediary responsibilities illustrates how elite negligence can have catastrophic consequences for innocent people. The split within the terrorist cell after Tara's negotiation creates compelling moral complexity, as Farouk and Kamal reject the peaceful resolution in favor of continued violence, while Sammy walks away from the group entirely. This division reflects realistic dynamics within extremist organizations, where ideological purity often conflicts with pragmatic considerations and personal motivations can override group objectives. Farrick's insistence on spilling the blood of the guilty, while targeting innocent civilians at the multi-faith center, demonstrates the twisted logic of terrorism, where symbolic targets become more important than actual justice. The Abbotsfield multi-faith center attack sequence showcases the Slough team's operational effectiveness despite their reputation as failures and misfits. Shirley's precision shooting of Kamal and Co's successful neutralization of Farouk while he holds a hostage demonstrate that their unconventional methods and personal problems don't diminish their professional capabilities when lives are at stake. The fact that they arrive just in time to prevent a massacre validates Lamb's leadership and his team's dedication to protecting innocent people, regardless of official recognition. The tactical coordination required to simultaneously handle multiple threat locations highlights the complexity of modern counter-terrorism operations, where intelligence services must divide resources and attention across multiple targets while maintaining communication and strategic oversight. The successful resolution of the multi-faith center crisis provides immediate satisfaction, while setting up the more personal confrontation between Sammy and Claude Whelan that serves as the episode's emotional climax. Lamb's decision to send Catherine to the embassy while he personally apprehends Tara demonstrates his strategic thinking and his understanding of his team members' individual strengths and psychological needs. Catherine's role in convincing Tara to leave the embassy allows her to contribute meaningfully to the operation's success, while Lamb's personal capture of the terrorist leader ensures that someone will face legal consequences for the attacks. This division of responsibility shows Lamb's evolution as a leader who trusts his team while maintaining control over crucial decisions. Sammy's personal vendetta against Claude Whelan adds emotional weight to the finale's action sequences, while exploring how individual trauma drives broader political conflicts. His revelation that Whelan's advice led to British withdrawal from Libya during the Civil War, resulting in his family's death, provides understandable motivation for his desire for revenge. The park confrontation between Sammy and Whelan creates intense personal stakes while forcing viewers to consider whether institutional leaders should be held personally responsible for the consequences of their policy recommendations. Rivers' intervention to save Whelan represents a crucial character moment that demonstrates his continued commitment to protecting people regardless of their personal failings or political positions. His expectation that this heroic action will finally earn him promotion and escape from Slough reflects his ongoing struggle with his career trajectory and his desire for recognition within the intelligence community. However, the episode's resolution reveals how institutional politics often reward self-preservation over genuine service. Whelan's decision to scapegoat Lamb and fabricate evidence about ignored warnings demonstrates the corrupt nature of institutional leadership when personal survival becomes more important than truth or justice. His plan to shut down Slough and destroy Lamb's reputation represents the kind of bureaucratic retaliation that punishes effectiveness when it becomes politically inconvenient. This betrayal validates the series' ongoing critique of how intelligence institutions often sacrifice their best people to protect incompetent leaders. The revelation of Lamb's blackmail material against Whelan provides one of the series' most satisfying moments of poetic justice, as the veteran spy's long-term strategic thinking finally pays off in spectacular fashion. The recording evidence of Whelan's corruption and personal scandals demonstrates how effective intelligence gathering can be used to protect institutional integrity rather than simply advancing personal agendas. Lamb's threat to expose Whelan's affairs and blackmail schemes forces the corrupt director to choose between public humiliation and quiet resignation. The political ramifications of Whelan's forced resignation extend far beyond personal consequences, as Deanna Taverner's promotion to MI5 director represents a significant shift in institutional leadership. Her elevation suggests that competent professionals can eventually rise to positions of authority, though the circumstances of her promotion demonstrate how leadership changes often result from scandals rather than merit-based selection processes. The resolution of various character arcs provides satisfying closure while maintaining the series' realistic approach to career advancement and institutional change. Molly Doran's reinstatement validates her professional competence, while demonstrating how political wins can quickly reverse career fortunes. Roddy Ho's clearance for active service acknowledges his technical skills while suggesting that even the most difficult personalities can find their place within intelligence operations. Rivers' continued assignment to Slough, despite his heroic actions, reflects the harsh reality that institutional recognition doesn't always follow from professional excellence, particularly when acknowledging someone's achievements would implicitly criticize their supervisor's previous decisions. And his frustration with remaining in what he perceives as professional purgatory maintains dramatic tension for future seasons, while reinforcing the series' themes about how effective people often find themselves trapped in thankless positions. The episode's final scenes reinforce Slough's survival as both a professional sanctuary for unwanted intelligence operatives and a necessary institution that accomplishes missions that official channels cannot or will not undertake. Lamb's protection of his team and his successful navigation of political threats demonstrate why his leadership style, despite its unconventional methods, produces results that matter more than bureaucratic approval. The season's conclusion successfully balances action, political intrigue, and character development while maintaining the series' distinctive tone that combines cynicism about institutional corruption with optimism about individual integrity and professional competence. The terrorist plot resolution provides immediate satisfaction, while the political maneuvering creates longer-term implications that will influence future storylines and character relationships.